Been wanting to learn about different careers? Or just need that nudge to pursue your passion projects? Here at Project Offbeat Careers Podcast, we talk to guests with unique careers outside the usual corporate shtick. Listen to historians, gamers, teachers, and cosplayers. See how they've succeeded and how you can apply their learnings to your workplace. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And get ready to take the off-beaten path with us.
The views, takes, and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes, and opinions of the Bunk Collective and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle, everyone. Welcome to the main event, Mark.
Ay nako, ito na naman tayo, nagbobotchamania na naman tayo sa intro. Ayun, yun na nga, putang ina. Ayun, nagbobotchamania na naman ako sa intro. Pero yun, welcome to the Bunk Collective Wrestling Podcast, the official wrestling podcast of the Bunk Collective. This is the Main Event Mark Podcast. And today, ayan, papakilala muna ako. My name is Angelo Penera. Sa mga hindi nakakilala sa akin, I am one of the hosts of the upcoming show. Ay, ba't ako nag-spoil? Pero yeah, mamaya. Explain ko na lang mamaya kung ano yung ko. Ay, puta. Ang dami talagang sabit ngayon. Julian, I heard you. Ang aga ng botchamania, puta. Kailangan ko na lang talaga siya i-cut. I-cut ko na lang talaga yung intro na yon. Isang malaking pagkakamali talaga na i-loop ko talaga bago mag-intro. So, that was a mistake for me. Pero, yon. Thank you very much, by the way, for everyone who is joining us on our platforms sa Facebook, facebook.com/MEM Wrestling Pod. And also on YouTube, youtube.com/MEM Wrestling Pod. And especially for our members of Pro Wrestling PH Club, thank you very much pa din sa inyong pagsuporta sa PWPH. And also, to me, of course, sa akin. Huwag na kayong wag na tayong maglokohan dito. So, thank you for supporting the show. And thank you din sa inyong lahat sa mga sumusuporta sa atin dito sa show. Special as shoutout na rin habang nandito na rin ako sa intro pa lang ng show na to. Gusto ko pasalamatan muna ang Dexcon for inviting me last Sunday sa Brawl Pit Bulusan for Dexcon Dekada. That was a really good show. Alam mo yon, very, very vibrant despite of everything what happened in our local wrestling scene. We will take takes on that in a moment. And sobrang nalulungkot ako at the same time may assurance tayo kumbaga we have this assurance that provided to us by MWF and everyone in MWF and Dexcon from that event. Parang garantiye na natin na walang mangyayaring kahit ano sa local wrestling natin. Before we continue, suportahan na rin natin yung WrestleStorm. Yung video on demand ng WrestleStorm is now available na din sa dexcon.helixpay.ph. Again, it's dexcon.helixpay.ph. So, yung WrestleStorm na tatawagin kong WrestleStorm Part 1, I-explain ko next week kung bakit. I know this is a running gag, pero naging running gag siya ng buong event. So, yeah. So, this event, ito yung sa Drunken Calamar Kings versus Oro Plata Mata. That was an amazing match. Hindi ko pa napapanood. I'm going to watch it by next week. So, andito din yung tag titles match between TZK and Main Max and Romeo of the Gemini Kings. So, that's also part of today's, ano ba tawag dito? Today's festivities from Russell Storm. Ano bang sinasabi ko? Pero yan, Russell Storm, ayan, thank you very much guys. Di ko na mapapakita. Kasi, nagba-blur na naman yung background ko. Pero yun, yan ang isang way para masuportahan niyo yung local wrestling scene natin. Isa pang way, of course, pumunta kayo sa live. Kung may live, suportahan nyo. Yun ang masasabi ko. Iba pa din talaga ang live kahit saan at iba pa din ang live talaga sa kahit anumang bagay. Kahit concerts man yan, kahit anumang bagay yan, ibang-iba pa din ang live talaga. Kaya sayang talaga na na-miss ko yung Dexcon Russell Storm. That was a big regret. And yeah, I'm kinda sad about it. Pero dekada, sinumpa ko na sa sarili ko na hindi ko pa siya pwedeng ma-miss and hindi ko siya pwedeng ma-miss talaga. And thank you sa Dexcon for letting me being part of the media partners of that event. And I will share my review of Dexcon Dekada come next week here on the podcast. I'm going to upload a audio only of Dexcon Dekada. So, yan. Marami kayong abangan next week. And speaking of next week, it's time to announce the special announcement that I am hyping up since yesterday. So, eto na nga. I am the CCO, Chief Community Officer of Pro Wrestling Philippines Club. And everyone knows my responsibility on PWPH, no? Lahat naman siguro alam na yung goal namin with PWPH. Hindi namin goal na makipagtarantaduhan lang o ano ba tawag dito, makipagplastikan lang sa inyo. Hindi namin goal yon. At hindi rin goal ng PWPH na ilagay yung mukha namin sa cover photo para lang magbukang laughing stock. We are evolving the scene. And the scene is evolving. We have to adapt. Yun ang masasabi ko. And this revolution that we are going to do, I know some communities done it before, but here in PWPH, we are going to introduce our own. So, it's official on June 5, 2024, 6 p.m., we are going to have the first episode of the PWPH podcast. So, it's official na lahat ng mga bagay-bagay na mangyayari on this episode, on this podcast din ay i-explain namin coming days. Pero ito, ang assurance ko, tong podcast na to will be released on Spotify. And if you're watching right now on the YouTube channel of the Main Event Mark, it will be also released on YouTube, youtube.com/MEM Wrestling Pod. So, hindi siya bad decision na isimulcast doon. Kasi ang hirap nga naman gumawa ng isa pang YouTube channel just for the PWPH. Parang ang hirap i-market na magfo-focus ako dito, magfo-focus naman ako dito. So, parang kinonsolidate ko na lang lahat. So, yan. It's official. The PWPH podcast is debuting on Wednesday, June 5, 2024. And kung tatanungin nyo, ano ba tong podcast na to? It's basically a community podcast na pinagpaplanuhan namin for a while and medyo, ano man tawag dito? Ina-experiment ko na siya kung magiging perfect ba. kung magiging patok ba sa tao, hindi ko alam. Basta ang igagaranti ko pa lang is yung success ng show na 'to is success din ng PWPH. And tong main event, Mark, that you're listening right now is also part of PWPH. So, kung wala 'to, wala rin 'to. Lahat ng pinapanood niyo ngayon, wala 'to. So, simple as that. So, PWPH podcast is debuting on Wednesday, June 5. And yung mga episodes nito, hindi siya magiging weekly. Hindi ko mapapangako yun. So, basta i-share ko sa inyo yung mga information pag meron na tayong mari-reveal at meron na tayong i-reveal. But, as of right now, I can reveal this already. Because, wait lang, hinahanap ko yung details. Ano ba yan? Very impromptu. Pero yan, hinahanap ko yung details. So, on Sunday, 6 p.m., yung mga magso-subscribe sa PWPH Select ay magkakaroon na ng access sa episode. So, if you want to be able to access the episode from Sunday, swerte nyo. Makaka-access kayo doon sa PWPH Select. Supporting din dito sa show and supporting din sa mga plano namin sa PWPH. Basta ang plano pa lang naman doon, it's going to be a seasonal episodes. Hindi siya magiging weekly. Pero for sure, mag-enjoy kayo, makaka-relate kayo. And it's going to be an historic moment for us here on the community. And big deal siya kasi it's a community podcast. Hindi ko to podcast. And para lang iklaro ko sa inyo, this is a community podcast for the community. So, on Wednesday, share ko na nga, si Ador Cilantro, si Ali, our friend, and also Julian Clotario of 123 Podcast is joining us on that first episode of the podcast. So, yung mga fans dyan ni Ali, tsaka yung mga fans ni Julian, mga nakakilala kay Julian, sila yung mga kasama ko for the first episode of that podcast. So, yun. Si Ina nagtatanong, via Spotify po ba ang subscribe sa PWPH Podcast? Yes. Meron tayo sa Spotify. Yung video version nitong isa pang option is dito sa YouTube channel ng Main Event if you are watching on YouTube channel ng Main Event Mark. So, if you're watching on our YouTube channel sa Main Event, andon din, ma-upload din yung first episode ng Main Event ng PWPH Podcast. So, yun. Again, ulitin na lang natin si Ali tsaka si Julian Clotario of 123 Podcast is joining us on that first episode of the podcast ng PWPH. And iyon, going back, mag-focus na tayo sa ating regular programming. Ayan, paki-follow muna ng podcast natin dito sa Main Event on all of the social media platforms, on Facebook, sa X, sa Instagram, sa TikTok at sa YouTube at MEM Wrestling Pod. And also on Patreon. Paki-support pa din ng Patreon natin, patreon.com/MEM Wrestling Pod. So sa PWPH pala, kung gusto niyo sumuporta sa Patreon ng PWPH, please support us at patreon.com/PWPH Select. So, mag-share ako ng details sa Facebook mamaya pag makapag-share na ako ng details. So, we will share more details ng episode o ng podcast sa community natin tsaka sa wall ko na din para mas maganda yung transition ng mga episodes natin. Pero yon, simula Wednesday, we're going to have those episodes sa Spotify and also on YouTube here on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel. So yun lang muna yung ways para mapakinggan niyo yung show. Sinusubukan ko pang i-explore yung mga bagay-bagay sa show. And malalaman natin kung ano yung magiging plano. Hoy Charles, admin ka pa naman din. Sumama ka. Pucha ka. Ayun. So, ilang mga bagay pa habang hinahanap ko pa yung first blind item natin for this week's episode of the show. And ayun, again, thank you very much everyone for joining us on the show today and for everyone din na sumusuporta sa PWPH. Yun, let's start with a major news na nakita natin sa NXT. So, Jordynne Grace, TNA Knockouts World Champion, is debuting over Roxanne Perez. And magkakaroon din siya ng match next week against sino nga tong kalaban niya? Kalimutan ko. Meron akong graphics niyan. So Stevie Turner. So siya yung makakalaban niya next week on NXT TV. And yeah, Jordynne Grace appearing on NXT with the TNA belt is something na hindi ko makikita under the era of Vince McMahon. Again, this is an historic moment na hindi nyo makikita sa panahon ni Vince and hindi nyo rin makikita habang si Vince ang may hawak sa WWE. So, may balita rin na regarding kay Vince sa lawsuit. Siguro, di ko muna i-discuss yun. I'll discuss it next week on the show. Mas maganda siguro na makakuha tayo ng mas matinong information about that. Pero yun, thoughts ko muna on this announcements that was made. Pero putya, men, hindi ko akalain sa buong buhay ko that we will see Roxanne Perez defending the NXT Women's Championship against someone not on the NXT roster, but it's Jordynne Grace. There are some stories pa nga na pinagpapanggap pa nga nila na si Lita or si Alexa Bliss yung first episode na mo Julian. Ikaw naman yung Jordan. Pero Jordynne Grace, someone like her, pucha, hindi ko ma-imagine in my fucking life Jordynne Grace is going to fight Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. Hindi ko ma-imagine sa buong buhay ko na mangyayari yan. At I cannot wait to see how things will go next week sa NXT TV and especially next week din on NXT Battleground. So, nakompleto na din yung wait lang, mag-emergency Google lang ako. Kasi kailangan ko maghanap noong NXT Women's North American Title. So, wait lang. Pero eto sorry guys, magiging dick ako dito. Hindi ko gusto on how they presented the title. Hindi ko gusto yung things on how they presented the belt. It feels pilit. It feels pilit. Sorry guys. Magiging negative ako pero it's something that I don't need or we don't need on the television. Pero mukha talaga siyang pilit. Yung pagpasok kay ano ba tawag dito? Si Sexy Red, tong red na to. I don't think we need her on that segment. Sorry guys, I have to say this, to be honest. This is something that I don't think we need. But I agree as a host, yes, I sure. Pero hindi pa din ako hindi pa rin ako confident that she's the host and also the one who will reveal the belt for this event. Sorry guys, I have to say this but I didn't like the idea on how they rebuild the belt. Pero going back, di ko makita yung photo, so fuck it. Ayun na nga. Sino sa tingin nyo yung possible na maging first ever women's champion? Ayan, pakita ko na yung graphics. So far, ang favorite to win ko dito, kung hindi si Sol Ruca, it might be si someone like Kelani Jordan. That will be great for me. But I don't really think they're going to give Kelani Jordan the belt just yet. Pero feeling ko it's most likely it's either Sol Ruca, sobrang over niya kasi, or someone like maybe Fallon Henley. Malay nyo, 'di ba? Fallon Henley with the title will be great too. And ayun, yun lang naman. Eto, medyo lilihis muna tayo sa NXT Battleground. We have to do a recap then on every PLE na nangyari this weekend. Ito. So, let's start with King and Queen of the Ring. I know some of you guys like this show over Double or Nothing. Pero para sa akin, mas gusto ko tong King and Queen. Number one, mas magaan panoorin. And number two, medyo hindi ako gano'ng na-fatigue sa King and Queen. Kasi madali mag-skip eh. Madali rin mag-skip eh. Pero regardless, that was a really good show. Eto, bibigay ko yung full thoughts ko sa unang episode. If you're going to listen on this prior to that, malalaman nyo yung thoughts ko about King and Queen of the Ring and Double or Nothing. We're going to do a double review later. Ayun. Recap lang muna tayo ng mga nangyari. So, Cody Rhodes defeated Logan Paul thanks to that ring announcer na akala ko ring announcer lang. Pucha, pumuesto pa pala doon para lang i-final announcement. I didn't like it. Sorry guys. Magiging KJ ako. Then, the kickoff, the countdown match, Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. And, sorry. Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. Ay, putang ina naman. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Men, sobrang ganda ng tag team nila talaga. Wala akong masabi. Then, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Sa tingin ko, overall, with this show being discussed, feeling ko, ang may importance lang sa buong PLE na to, it's either the Becky, Liv, at saka yung King and Queen. Yun lang talaga. Yun sa tingin ko, yun lang talaga yung important na show or segment on this match. The rest, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. I think this match just showed the continuity for Sami versus Chad. And may mga bali-balita din na Sami might compete against Bronson Reed on the next show. Pero malay mo, then Chad might extend his contract with WWE. Pero yun, malalaman natin coming weeks kung ano ba talaga ang status ni Chad Gable. Kasi imposible talagang hindi nila i-extend si Chad knowing he is one of the stars of the current storylines ng WWE. Ayun, King Queen of the Ring, obviously, Gunther won the King of the Ring. Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax, both of them showed their first tease on the champions. In case of Raw, it's Damian Priest. On SmackDown, it's Bayley. And somehow, we are obviously getting both of the matches at SummerSlam. Except on Raw, I might see Drew fighting Gunther for SummerSlam. Yun pa rin talaga yung forecast ko. Pero yun, overall thoughts on the show. Kasi mag-full review ako mamaya. I-release din natin ng Monday. Pero yun, full review, I don't really think this was a special event. Hindi, parang throwaway pay-per-view pa rin to. I'm starting to think na Backlash in France is a throwaway pay-per-view. Fact yun. Yung King and Queen of the Ring Isa na namang throwaway pay-per-view. Nakausap ko si Emil sa Brawl Pit nitong Sunday about this. Pero, ito yung rankings ko so far when it comes to the matches or the venues nila this year between Australia, then France, at saka itong Saudi. So, Saudi, I can put them at least second place. And then Australia sa baba. And then we might see the other show or Elimination Chamber last. It will always be last talaga sa akin. And then, yung fact na we are getting this shit and now we are getting this matches and to the fact na sobrang laking tulong talaga nung crowd. It's kind of very interesting on how things will go, how things might go going forward. Yung TNA crossover, may pag-usapan natin yan. Yun. Pero, para sa akin, King and Queen of the Ring is kinda turned themselves into a throwaway pay-per-view. And medyo hindi na rin ako nagulat sa naging outcomes ng ibang matches. Medyo disappointed lang din ako sa naging finish nung kina Logan Paul and Cody. Which is very fun, pang fans lang. Ganun ba? Ganun ba yung feeling? Pang fans lang talaga yung show na yon. But well, hindi na rin ako nagulat. That was a really good show regardless. Okay. So habang tutuloy-tuloy tayo, yung Becky versus Liv, yes, that was a really good show. That was a really good match then. Pero like what I said on the predictions episode last week, medyo hindi na rin ako nagulat na Liv might win the title. Kasi tas lumabas na din yung rumors about Becky possibly leaving the company. And yes, it was official. And parang gusto niya lang mag-take ng leave of absence for a while. And it was explained na din sa iba-ibang mga organization. And yun, medyo masaya ako sa finish. At the same time, hindi ako nasiyahan sa buong pay-per-view. Yun ang masasabi. Yun, ulitin ko lang yung Cody versus Logan Paul. It's more on a fan service. Kahit hindi naman K-pop event to. So parang parang it's more on a K-pop event na okay. Parang papalapitin mo yung bias mo para maganda yung kalabasan ng event. Then, yung Becky versus Liv, okay, that was a really good moment. And for the continuity then of her joining the Judgment Day, si Liv. Then, Sami versus Chad versus Bronson Reed. That was a really good match too. Pero I don't really think that it might be the last time we will see Chad and Sami fighting for the belt. And then, King and Queen of the Ring. Para sa akin, that was a really good, strong presentation on how we should expect the next champions then for WWE. Gunter, I really love Gunter. Very deserving. And para sa akin, sobrang accurate na siya yung dapat manalo for that. Randy doesn't need to prove himself. Doesn't need the king of the ring. Nia Jax. Nia Jax for me, it's very appropriate. Totoo lang. Mas nagwo-work ang King and Queen of the Ring characters pag ang character na magcha-champion dito is a heel. Totoo yan. Kaya sobrang appropriate ni Nia as someone who will lead the roster for that storyline with the King and Queen possessions. And ang sure ko lang, balikan nyo na lang tong episode na to, pag nagkatotoo, isa lang sa kanila yung magiging champion after SummerSlam. And it's possibly Gunter. Yun. So, yun lang muna sa ngayon kasi marami pa tayong pag-uusapan when we come back here on the show. And marami pa tayong pag-uusapan din pag nakabalik tayo sa break natin. But for the meantime, since medyo may ayusin din ako, kailangan muna natin mag-commercial. Let's check our kabunkmates on Bunk Collective.
Annyeong, we are One to Sarang.
Your next favorite Hallyu podcast.
We talk K-drama.
Mandaming kilig every time
Oh my
we see
God.
K-drama.
We also talk K-pop.
Yung feeling ko sa 17 na they bring me so much happiness.
And we live to entertain.
What you gonna do when Dicky steak in front of
Check us out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Also on YouTube. Join us sa Tawanan at Kwentuhan from One to Sarang.
Yun, we're back on the stream. Thank you very much again for tuning in on today's show, today's episode. Ayan. So, katatapos lang ng SmackDown and as expected, na Mark Henry si AJ Styles. Na Mark Henry ni AJ si Cody dito. And that was a really good presentation of this fake retirement shit that Mark Henry originally executed. And I think it worked out really well for AJ too. Sobrang kulit din kasi in the fact na pucha. Parang ando na tayo sa part na, okay. It's more on an idea na para lang magtuloy-tuloy yung story. Tapos sinabihan ni Nick Aldis si AJ na wala ka ng rematch. You need to earn your rematch. So, with that, he got himself a rematch clause for the WWE Championship. That's a good thing. Good. Well done, AJ. Well fucking done. Pero yun guys, debate nga tayo mabilis. Ano bang mas nagustuhan yung segment? Is this the Mark Henry one or the AJ one? Kasi ako para sa akin, I really like the AJ one, but babalik ako doon sa promo ni Mark Henry because that was a really good promo that was executed really well. And all of the characters, parang sinakyan lang nila yung retirement puno. And ang result nun, things went out on his way and on how things went out, that was a really good job din, di ba? Para sa akin, napaka-solid din nun. Napaka-solid nung retirement ni Mark Henry. And, habang dinidiscuss natin to, I'm going to open a new story that we have to discuss kasi mahaba na yung oras natin. So, let's start first with Double or Nothing. So, it was advertised as triple main event. Ayan. Ulitin ko, recap review lang ito. So, don't expect me to do a long review on this. Baka kumain na naman ako ng 100 oras. Pero ito, Adam Copeland, congratulations. You got injured yourself. Parang nilagay mo yung sarili mo sa kumunoy after of that match. And I feel bad for you about that. I'm going to pray for you on that. But you fucked up, man, on this match. You fucked up. Yun ang masasabi ko. That was a fucked up moment na hindi ko in-expect that I thought everyone will expect. But that's part of wrestling as expected. Then, we have the FTW Championship. No one cares about that since Jericho retained. So, yeah. That Triangle is coming back as trio din. So, yeah, that was a really good match between Jay White, Bang Bang Bang, and the Triangle. Then, IWGP World Heavyweight title. For me, it's kinda okay lang. I'm not that expecting too much on this match. But since Moxley won, it means the match was pointless. Simple as that. The match was pointless. Yun ang masasabi ko. Yun. Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. Guys, can we please finish the storyline, please? As much as I love Orange Cassidy and as much as I love how they are going with this storyline, hindi na ako masyado nagko-convince. Yun ang gusto ko sabihin. Medyo, I'm not into this. Pasensya na. Then also, Will Ospreay won the International Championship. And just like that, he earned himself a title shot for the world title. Well done, Tony. Well fucking done. Pero, gets ko yung logic. Gets ko yung logic why Tony Khan gave Will Ospreay a title shot. Para ba masabi na it's still a New Japan versus AEW? Ganun pa rin ba? Ayun. Tony Storm versus Serena Deeb. No surprise. No brainer. As expected. Ayun. Swerve Strickland versus Christian Cage. Eto, that was pretty okay. Pero I'm not that expecting really well when it comes to this match. Kasi I'm really amazed on the storyline, on how they executed this. That was amazing. Well done pa din. Yun. Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. Ano bang masasabi ko? Medyo hindi ako impressed. Pasensya na guys medyo magiging dick ako Pero Mercedes Moné versus Willow, it's not worthy of a 4 stars. Okay na sa akin yung 3.5 about this, but since it's Meltzer and they're hyping up the biggest signee of AEW this year, yeah, kind of understandable. Pero this match, I don't think it's a worthy of a 5 stars or 4 stars. Kung naman yung star rating na nakuha nito. Yan, Anarchy in the Arena. Pucha. This was amazing. Ito yung sa tingin ko deserve ang 5 stars. Yan ang gusto ko iparating. That match alone, I think, it deserves 5 stars. Wala akong masabi. Sobrang nakaka-shock lahat ng nangyari doon sa Anarchy in the Arena. And I cannot wait to see more of that. That was amazing. That was an amazing match. And it's kind of understandable how it went out. Para lang din magtuloy-tuloy yung story doon sa Forbidden Door. Also, it was announced by AEW that they're going to have a qualifying matches for the next couple of weeks for the vacant TNT title. And then, ayun, the winners of those qualifying matches will advance to the tournament na dinedetermine nila o yung pinoprogress nila. And yeah, I cannot wait to see more of that pagdating ng the Forbidden Door. And na-realize ko, Forbidden Door is June 30. Holy shit. June 30 pa pala. June 30 pa pala yung Forbidden Door. I cannot believe. Inay. I don't want this. Sorry. I don't want another match between Team AEW and the Elite after of that. Parang okay lang, pero I don't think it should be done before All In. This feud should be done before All In. Yun ang masasabi ko. This feud should be done before All In. Kasi if antayin pa natin matapos ang All In para lang mag-execute tong continuity ng feud na to. Okay, ang dapat matuloy-tuloy lang before All In was the match between Kenny Omega, if medically cleared na siya, versus Okada. Pero as far as we know, hindi pa rin cleared si Okada Ay, hindi pa rin cleared si Omega So, wala tayong magagawa dyan. Kailangan pa rin natin salasalain yung mga nangyayari dito sa match na to. But well, it's kind of understandable. Pero yan, like what I said, we will share more of my thoughts about this PLE tsaka yung King and Queen of the Ring sa special episode ko later on our podcast. And I'm going to release the episode sa Monday na on Facebook. Hindi, sa YouTube lang pala. At saka sa iba pa nating platforms. Yan. Very interesting. So, yan. Dito tayo, dekada. Dexcon dekada, recap lang din 'to, just the usual. So, overall yes, MJF return. I'm going to talk about that sa episode natin next Monday. So, do'n ko siya ita-tackle. But that promo ni MJF, that was a all-time promo for me, That was an all-time promo na I think that might be one of the best promos AEW has. 'Di ba? That might be one of the best promos in AEW history. And easily one of my favorite promos, like, ever in my life. I love it. Pero going back, let's do a recap nga of Dexcon Dekada. That was a really good show. From start to finish, I think everyone was given a really good fight on this one. And I think you should watch it once Dexcon was able to release the video on demand of this show. And also to add, available na rin yung Russell Storm sa kanila pong Helix Pay. So if you want to check that, maki-check nyo na yung Helix Pay ng Dexcon for Dexcon Russell Storm. So I'm going to do that probably next week. But going back on this card ng Dexcon Dekada, overall, preview lang to, preview lang to ng possible review ko. But I swear to God, this whole card of Dexcon was amazing. Para sa akin lang, sobrang nag-shine silang lahat when it comes to that, especially our local wrestlers. Pero mag-name ako ng tatlo na sa tingin ko nag-shine talaga. So, may spoiler na rin ako nito sa PWPH podcast. So, that might be explained then by Wednesday sa aking episode doon. Number 1, it's very given JDL. Sobrang galing talaga ni JDL doon. Hindi ko akalain that he will tie with one of the best technical wrestlers of all time in Zack Sabre Jr. Sobrang hirap nun. Sobrang hirap akalain nun. Number 2, Chelsea Marie. Sobrang nag-shine si Chelsea throughout this whole segment. And I think this will be one of my favorite segments ni Chelsea Marie on her whole career so far. That was easily one of my favorite ones. Pwede ba ako mag-draw? Pero number 3 ko, it's Fabio and Jomar. Both of them are literally bangers. And I swear to God, medyo emotional ako when I watch this match live. And hindi ko akalain that someone like Jomar or someone like Fabio going to do that. And by the way, guys, please support them para makapunta rin sila sa Japan. I'm going to add that para matulungan din natin yung local wrestling scene natin. And matulungan nyo din si Fabio at si Jomar for their dream papunta sa Japan. Yun. Honorable mention. I'm going to mention TCK. TCK, I think that was a really good match with Pinoy Bulldog and Zera. I swear, parang sumisigaw na tanga habang pinapanood yung match na to. And that was very, very violent at the same time, very good match din. Pero, yung iba, pag-usapan na lang natin sa episode ko come Monday sa platform natin and yung Dexcon special episode on Thursday. Or it might be next Saturday. Yan. So, i-release ko yun Saturday dito sa Philippines. By the way, Dexcon, thank you again. Puta. Ayun, by the way, Dexcon, thank you ulit sa pag-invite as one of the media partners of the show. Hindi ko malilimutan tong araw na to and that was a really good show that you should not miss talaga. Yun. Ano pa bang pwede natin pag-usapan? For both of the shows, tanungin ko nga kayo before we end the stream, ano ba sa tingin nyo yung favorite, ano ba tawag nyo? Mas solid ba? Mas maganda bang show between Double or Nothing and King and Queen of the Ring? So, In my opinion, in my honest opinion, I have to go with King and Queen just because that was presented really well and that was a really good and solid presentation of the whole show. And also, bigyan ko rin ng props. Siyempre, napakaganda ng Dexcon Dekada. Very good show. And I cannot wait for the video on demand on that. Para sa akin, sobrang salamat talaga sa lahat ng mga wrestler na patuloy pa din lumalaban for our local wrestling. Sa akin naman, I'm going to promise that this will be the last time. This would be not the last time that we're going to support our local wrestling scene. And everything about Dexcon, sobra. Hindi ko malilimutan ang lahat dyan para sa Dexcon. Pero yun, tinatanong ko kayo kanina, King and Queen of the Ring is easier to watch compared to Double or Nothing. But Don is fine. At least hindi nag-Christian Cage swerve. Gago ka talaga, Jules. Ina mo talaga, Julian, man. Pero yun, I agree. Mas okay talaga. Mas madaling panoorin talaga yung mga WWE PLEs dati. Ay ngayon kaysa dati. And it shows how amazing the presentation of the WWE product can be. And ang ano rin kasi, ang pakiramdam ko when I watched the King and Queen of the Ring, daw nagpapatig. Pag nanonood ako ng mga TNA shows o ng WWE shows because 3 hours lang sila, minimum of 3 hours at baka sumagad ng 4. But it shows how amazing this show might be and it shows then kung paano ba ang tamang presentasyon. Pero yun nga, like what I said, ayun, Christian gets his wins. Christian gets his win back 13 years later in a different company. Gagot na ka talaga, Jules. Pero yun, main event to main event, I think Anarchy in the Arena, walang kalaban-laban kay Cody. Walang kalaban-laban kay Cody Rhodes tong main event ng Double or Nothing. That was a fucking disaster na everyone just expected and everyone expected that was a really good show, no? Para sa akin, that was a really good, solid show. And it shows then on how amazing Double or Nothing that fucking was. Pero yun, that was an amazing show. That was, I agree, sobrang car wreck niya. Sobrang car wreck niya. Parang winasa ka ng 3 beses. It shows how AEW was consistently building up their shit. Pero kung kumpara mo sa mga shows nila, it's kind of declining. At yung mga fans naman, ang daming dahilan masyado. Oh, to be fair, WWE, marami din silang decline. Pero, I don't think that it justifies the point eh. It's more on how fans are just justifying bullshit and everything. Pero, yun. It's kind of ridiculous how fans are just defending AEW or WWE just for the sake of defending. And I hate it. It's like, parang dinefensahan mo yung idol mong politiko dahil pulpul sila, as pipilitin mo pa rin na pulpul siya. Ganon. Ganon ka ba katanga? Ganon yung dating sa akin ng, ng match na yun eh. Parang, it's more than a disaster on how it went out. Tas putang ng Anarchy in the Arena yan. That was very, very brutal talaga. Sobrang solid. Pero yun, like what I said, Double or Nothing, presentation-wise, that was a fucking disaster. Pero, ang hirap din kasi sabihin na hindi okay si Double or Nothing when it comes as a PLE, hindi. That was a very solid show, pero I don't need a show like that every fucking time, and I don't think I deserve shows like that every time na every show ganyan. Ano yan, jokes? Parang ano, eh, parang eh? It's kinda ridiculous, pero yun. Pero yun nga, like what I said, Double or Nothing was fun, but I don't really think na it's very, very forgettable. Yun, last thing before we continue, yun, Forbidden Door has been opened in a different companies, WWE and TNA. So with Jordan Grace na hinedline na natin kanina, Jordan Grace appearing in NXT, ang dami na ring names sa TNA, ang dami na ring names sa WWE na gustong mag-appear TNA to WWE and WWE to TNA. Pero yan, sa tingin nyo, ano ba yung inaabangan yung dream matches pinagkataon at yung mga aabangan yung dream matches between WWE and TNA? Pero ako, uunahin ko na kayo. May nilapag akong listahan sa PWPH na listahan. Yung listahan ko sobrang ganda nun. Wait lang, hanapin ko nga ulit. Mabilis lang naman mababasa yon. Pero yun, that was a very, very good show of TNA by the way. And thank you TNA for presenting the WWE announcements really well. Pero speaking of that, so TNA announced that there will be a open challenge for Jordan Grace's NXT TNA Women's title. And to imagine, since Forbidden Door is now officially open, I cannot fucking wait how things will go after nitong announcement nila sa NXT. Pucha, I was expecting like sa Slammiversary, I want Natalya versus Jordan Grace. And then, imagine how things will go. Imagine how things might go. Imagine once the prohibited portal, yung portal-portalan na yan, imagine that officially opening the door. I swear, man, we need to see more of that. So, ang daming names na naglalapagan ng kanilang mga first teasers na they want to join the Forbidden Door or the portal. So, Drew, Moose, then Steve Macklin, Natalya, Nick Nemeth, Joe Hendry, definitely, Bailey, Mike Bailey, Gigi Dolin, then Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, and the Good Brothers. And every one of them, may mga history sila sa TNA. Most of them meron. Pero hinahanap ko yung dream matches ko eh. Yung dream matches na ina-expect ko. Pero one of the things that on my top of my head right now, I swear to God, if we can get something like this, putang ina, give me shit like this. Bring I Am Drew to mainstream. I would love to see that, bro. I would love to see that. Wait lang, hinahanap ko yung ano ko, pasensya na. Ayan, putang ina. Saan na yung hinahanap ko? Pero yun, habang hinahanap ko yun, Ethan Page debuted as well on WWE programming. Hindi ko pa rin makita yung putang ng dream matches ko na ina-up ko kanina. But I swear to God, imagine, man. Imagine if TNA versus WWE goes to a something like Worlds Collide. Man, imagine the magnitude of the shows going forward, man. Imagine that. But I think I got my lineup. So, yeah. So, yun. Moose versus Trick Williams. PCO versus Dijak. Yes, I know PCO is now getting with a woman. But well, Dijak is on Raw na rin. So, yeah. But imagine both of them. I swear it's going to be a banger too. Yun, the club versus GYB versus the system versus Axiom and Fraser. Man, this is something I need to watch din talaga. Sobrang train wreck pa nagkataon. Yan, Speedball, Mike Bailey versus Wesley. Man, imagine the match that we must get. Or Ricochet, pwede rin. Pero mas appropriate si Wesley dito eh. So, mas solid siya eh. Jordan Grace versus Natalia. Or maybe pwede rin naman Jordan Grace versus maybe something like Lola Vice. That would be great too. Then, Santino versus Ava. May iba lang. Si Cedric Alexander kasi, gusto ko siyang ilagay kay Mustafa Ali. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali is something I need. I swear to God. I know, it's kinda, di na siya dream match. Pero, Speedball versus Cedric Alexander will be great. Pero, I want to see another Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander down the line. Tapos special referee si Speedball. Shit! Imagine the dream matches. Pero yun, sabi naman ni PW Insider, marami pa kayong ma-expect na collabs or possibly dream matches. And I would love to see that, especially with Slammiversary going on July. And then Forbidden Door. I mean, Clash at the Castle. Malay nyo naman, maraming mangyayari pa down the line. And marami rin akong ilulook forward once this thing will be done down the line. And marami pa naman tayong makukuhang balita coming this crap that we have to look forward to. Pero yun, this marks the end of the show. For now, since marami na tayong na-announce, magpa-podcast pa tayo ulit for Forbidden Door, dream matches, plus yung Double R nating and King and Queen of the Ring review ko. Hindi naman hahaba yun masyado. Pero gagawan ko din sila ng podcast review dito sa main event. So that will be my episode number 221. And then today's episode of the show will be 222. If you want to join and support the show, yan, nasa baba naman yung ating mga platforms on Facebook, on X, sa Instagram, sa TikTok, at sa YouTube channel at MEM Rustic Pod. You can support also the show on Patreon, patreon.com/MEM Rustic Pod. Also, you can support the main event on our platforms. Sa iba pang mga podcast platforms. Please support the show and please rate the podcast 5 stars, 6 in Tokyo Dome. Ayun, yung PWPH podcast, it's set to debut on Wednesday, June 5 at 6 p.m. If you want to get first dibs of the PWPH podcast, you can subscribe to PWPH Select. I swear, hindi nyo mariregret yon. Kung gusto nyo sumabog yung tenga nyo, pakinggan nyo yung podcast na yun. That was a really good show. And in 2 weeks time, marami tayong i-announce going forward. Pero, with PWPH podcast arriving and coming, i-announce ko na rin na hindi na tuloy yung attention to detail the podcast and also yung plano ko dapat na Angelo Penera Unfiltered kasi dito naman siya magtutuloy sa main event. So, hindi na muna magtutuloy yung mga bagay-bagay na yun. Kasi marami rin akong kailangan i-focus sa mga plano natin going forward with the PWPH podcast. So PWPH podcast, again, You will see that on Spotify. It's a video podcast. Huwag kayong mag-alala. And then, video podcast na hindi nyo kami makikita. Pero yun, that was a really good show. That was a really good recording with Julian and Ali Ador. Yun, hindi nyo mamimiss bagay-bagay. Hindi rin naman ako magpipreview. So kung mamimiss nyo yung mga bagay-bagay sa PWPH podcast, yun. Pero yun, marami tayong aabangan next week. Next week, by the way, on the podcast, it's also the season 7 premiere of the main event mark. So we're going to do a podcast of Dekada and imagine how things will go sa show na yon, episode na yon. It's a solo podcast. Marami kayong abangan sa main event din at saka sa PWPH podcast. Sobrang daming bagay na malalaman nyo at siguro sa ibang pagkakataon niya, gusto ko rin mag-history lesson tayo. Mag-history background checking tayo sa PWPH podcast. Pagka may panahon na, since may mga pinaplano din naman ako mga episodes for that show. Pero yun, regardless, today's episode of the podcast is sponsored by the PWPH Wrestling Network. Again, thank you very much for everyone who is supporting the show, who is supporting us throughout the years. And see you on the season 7 of the Main Event Mark podcast. Again, thank you very much again for Bang Collective for always helping us here on producing the show. And as the co-producer of the show, thank you then for everyone who is listening and supporting the show every week. Again, my name is Angelo Penera of the Main Event Mark podcast. We will see you next week as we are going to have another episode of the Main Event Mark, and we are going to have a new season with Dex Condicada. Goodbye for now. Stay safe as always.